Wicked here, and it is Fun Draw Friday. So, I had a little special request from someone that asked if I could draw Venom. So, that's what we're going to do today, is we are going to draw Venom. Okay, so we're just going to start over here. First thing you're going to need is obviously a pencil or paper, and of any kind. It doesn't have to be in a sketchbook like I have. It can be on any kind of paper, and an eraser. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is we're going to sketch ourselves. Let's not start so close to the edge. Let's come over some. I'm going to sketch ourselves a circle. Okay, so this will represent the top of his head. Now Venom is a big dude. Some iterations are smaller, but he's a big dude, and usually he's got his signature tongue sticking out and his mouth wide open. So we're going to have to add that in there. Okay, so first thing I want to do is we want to kind of establish our mouth and where that's going to go. Okay, so I want to bring that down. Now he really unhinges his jaw, and we're going to kind of stylize it up a little bit. Okay, so same thing with this side. We really want to kind of define our mouth shape here. So we kind of start it there, and then bring that down this way. So this will kind of be like our open mouth here. Okay, so from there we can kind of come up about halfway through the mouth. We want to kind of build his muscles up some. Okay, so we're just kind of getting those shapes in first. So I'm just lightly sketching this in, just really getting those shapes in there. Okay, so I'm going to have some kind of bigger muscles. Let's go back on that. I was thinking about giving him some veins and stuff, but let's not worry about that. Let's just focus on the muscle shape. So we got that come off there, be kind of like his traps leading out into the shoulder. So we'll kind of sketch that out to there. We'll want to turn this inward like that and kind of come out, and that'll be his whole like traps area, because you gotta remember Venom's really big, so let's do that. Let's come out and build his shoulder out that way for now. Okay, and we'll just keep that there. We also want to kind of remember he doesn't really have like a human-like build or head to him, so we want to kind of come out, build the top of that neck here, and then bounce back out this way. Okay, so that'll give us our like basic body before we go in and add any details or anything in there. Okay, so first thing we want to do is we want to define our head shape. Now we want to go real stylized with it, so we're going to kind of add these curves and angles to it. Okay, so kind of do these two shapes like this, and come up, then I'm going to come down into the head here. Alright, so I'm going to try and keep it even. So I want to kind of come off this edge here, and we want to come back. Okay, and we want to add a little curvature to it. So it'd be like the eyebrow. So I can clean up this middle section here. Okay, I want to come around that curve. So I'm going to kind of arch around it and bring that back for now. Now we need to try to keep this even, so I'm going to work my way across. I could jump back and forth, but we're just gonna make it easier for you guys following along, okay? So first thing I want to do is I want to curve the top of the mouth like this, so that'd be kind of like the upper lip flaring up. And I want to come off the side of the face here and come up. So I'm going to clean out, and remember, pause the video if you need to. Okay, so I'm going to clean out that inside, and I'm going to come out and go across. Okay, so I'm going to put like a little bit of an overlap here and just continue it over. And then I'm going to come down with it. Okay, so we want to change the shape of the mouth. I want to bring that back. You can add a little bit to it by adding another little indent here. And I'm going to bring it back. So I want to extend it past where I got it right now. And then curve that down just a little bit like that. Okay, so that's now stretched my mouth across. Okay, so at least I have a baseline to go with. So I'm going to come back over here towards the eye, and we're going to give him some bumps on the nose just to kind of break it up a little bit over here. I'm going to come up and connect to that eye there so I can clean up inside the eye. Okay, now with this I'm going to add one more curve right there. To get that eyebrow or that center like kind of furrow ridge going. Okay, now I want to build up the other side of the eye, so I want to kind of come off this little furrow right here, and I'm going to stretch that back and add this shape like that. I'm going to cut in front of it a little bit and go back just like that, and then I can clean up the inside. Okay, so now I can really connect that upper part of the head and clean that out as well. Okay, so next thing I want to do is get that eye going. Okay, so I want to kind of have that. He's got these really angular shapes to his eyes, so I want to kind of really shape those up. And what we'll do is we'll stretch that nose over in this direction. And I can erase this in the middle here. Okay, so I bring that over, and we can come down into the lip. We can do it one more time. Okay, so I'm going to pull this back and just leave that little bit of space right there. Okay, we really have our piece here that kind of curves, because we want to really shape that eye out. So I'm going to come out this way and go back with it. Okay, we can exaggerate his cheek muscle right in here, so I can kind of curve it. Let's make it a little bigger and kind of curve it this way towards the eye. Come up and over, bring it back. I want to erase this little separation here. So what I'm going to do is we're going to try to keep it even, so I got to come back this way. So I'm going to curve that down just like that. And just get those eye shapes in there. Then I want to curve up this way like that. We can add like a big turnout here to help with that eyebrow furrow a little bit, and then we can curve this back. We want to go past our little eye shape here, so I'm going to erase this back just a little bit so it's not touching. Okay, and we're going to come up, and then I'm going to come out and curve down like that. So now that I have that, I probably want to add an extra piece of the head here. So let's come off this way. Let's erase that. Let's erase the top of the head here too. Okay, that's why we sketch. Okay, so we're going to round all the way back over to the eye. Just like that. Okay, then I'm going to come around the outside of this eye here. Bring that in. Like that. So I'm going to clean up this inside area just so I can see it better. Okay, and clean up the top of that head too while I'm here. Alright, so we have that. So now I can come back down here where I left off with my mouth. Okay, so I'm going to kind of put some line work here. Let's go ahead and erase this area as well. So I'll put some line work here and come back. Alright, and then I want to kind of exaggerate that mouth shape right here. And then I can bring that neck muscle down this way. So let's erase that and go with that. Okay. So next thing I'm going to do is erase this bottom half of my circle just so it's out of the way. Alright. So I want to come in here and start adding in some teeth. So I'm going to put a sharp tooth here. Okay. Give them like this gum line. Alright. Then we're going to do another one right here. So I'm going to kind of arch it out like this and go down. Come back. Okay, I can kind of round this one. Go it this way because we want that angle to match it. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to add another tooth in here. And come back with it. And we're just going to work our way across that way. Remember, it was one of those things, I've seen tons of drawings where Venom has almost 1,000,000 teeth in there. We're not going to go that crazy. Let's shorten that tooth. Let's not go so long with that one. But I mean, you can feel free to add as many or as less teeth as you want. The key thing is as long as it reads as Venom. So I'm just going to put a couple extra lines here, separate those gums out, go like that. Okay, so again, that's just, it's up to you, but I'm not going to go super duper crazy with the teeth. I'm going to add a little tooth here. Have that stretch that way. Okay, so we're just kind of building it up as we go across. The lip and add a bigger tooth. Come down with it. Have that go back. Okay. So you can refine these as you're going with them. Same thing with this upper lip. You can kind of refine that since we know that's what it's going to be. Alright. So now kind of add like a gum here and have some separation, and then we can do another tooth turn this way like that, and we add another tooth, get that gum line up in there, and is unhinged, we're gonna have to have something that looks like it's being held in place there. So I'm gonna stretch this down like that. I'm gonna give it some detail here. But I really want to show this inside of the mouth here, so I'm going to curve this next line in. So this will be like a second line, like this one. Okay, and we'll do one more. So now I can clean up these sketchy lines here. Okay, and then I can really bring this line down like that. Okay, now I do need to add one more tooth here for now, just to help with the depth of his mouth. So I'm going to add one more right there. Okay, and then let's do one more, like right here. Okay, because we do want that separation. We don't want too much of the mouth right there. So let's go ahead and add in, we're going to sketch in a tongue. Okay, at least that back area of the mouth part of the tongue. Okay, so we're going to have that kind of come down this way, and we can curve this back end like that there. Okay, so I'm going to come from here. We're going to do this lightly. Okay, so you want to sketch lightly so that in case you mess up, you have a way to fix it. We're going to bring that tongue out. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get that thing out of the way so that it blocks whatever it needs to block. Okay, so that's one tongue. But we want it to kind of look like it has a twisty motion to it, so we want to kind of give it some layerage here. So we want to kind of curve around here that way. Okay, you want to kind of pull this back like that, and come underneath it and give it a little bit more, so we can come back this way, have some separation, have the rest of the line that comes down, and stop right here for now because we want to put those teeth and things in there. But what I will do is erase at least this much of it out. Okay, add another little bit on top here. Then I'm going to come from this bottom area. Okay, so I'm going to curve outward. Alright, and then I want to have that curve shown, so I'm going to come in here. And what we're doing is we're just going to add, like I said, that we don't want it just to be a plain flat tongue. We want to add some details in there just to make it more interesting. Okay, so again with that separation, we want to draw a line from here so that I have a close off point for that side of the tongue. Okay, so I'm going to come out this way and do another shape similar. Like I said, we're just kind of adding that kind of a twisty motion to the tongue. Okay, so we want to kind of put that in, have it curve back. So kind of think of like we're adding folds to the tongue. Okay, so I'm going to come in this way. If you notice, I'm really just trying to keep it even here. do this. Let's start curving it this way. Okay, we'll do another like kind of line that cuts in front of it, like right here. So I'm going to curve this way. And start rounding it out again. So we'll turn that way with it. And let's add some more of that kind of a fold shape to it. And we'll do one more down here. So let's kind of curve that around like this. So we can get rid of this right here in the center. So it looks like it's passing in front. Okay, so we have that. Let's see how we want to finish this off. Let's come out this way. Like this. Come across. Okay, and we'll do like a quick curve up here. This way, kind of get a fold to it like that, and then we want to have kind of a sharp like round off edge here. Okay, and then we'll come out again, just like that. Finish out curving this way, so let's bring this down to here. Okay, so how I added all those folds and things in there, what we've done is created this kind of like a twisty motion to it. Okay, so that'll hold for now. I'm going to go ahead and refine this to a point. Okay, so I know that's what I want the tongue to look like, so I'm going to go back over it and straighten those lines out. Okay, I know that's his shoulder. Working over these lines. You can erase some of the sketchy stuff once you've refined it, just so it looks a little cleaner. But again, we're just going over everything to make it look nice. Okay, bring that down. Kind of want this fold to stretch a little bit more that way. So let's erase the middle. Okay, so now we kind of got that twisty motion going. Now here's the deal. I want to bring this tongue in right here. Okay. And then I really want we've got to bring out those teeth first though. So let's do that. Let's come here. We're going to bring that in a little bit. I'm going to come down. So let's add in the tooth. And let's cut this one in front. So we'll have two teeth there. Okay. Now I want to show a little bit of gum right there. And then I'm really going to curve out this next tooth. Okay, so we might have to extend our jaw just a little bit. So I want to show some gums right here. And we can curve our other tooth right here. So we have our gum mouth going, you have to kind of plan it out. So you might want to like loosely sketch your teeth first, just to make sure that you're getting them in the right spot, because we're adding way more down here at the bottom than we did with the other. So let's make it easier on ourselves. Let's do this. Let's come over here to this tooth here. Okay, so we have our little gum line here. Let's do the bottom part of our jaw. Okay, so that'd be that kind of bottom part of the lip there. And let's kind of bring that out some so that we can see it. So we know about how far down it is, and then we can get rid of this right there so we can see better. Okay, so we have that in there. Let's give them some jagged teeth down here at the bottom. Let's turn this one. Bring that down. Gonna go back towards the mouth here. Let's put another tooth like right here. Let's turn it out some since the mouth is starting to turn. We'll do that. We'll curve that way. Like that. Okay, so I'll take this. I want to kind of start building into the mouth here, so let's turn. Let's add a little line for the gum here. Let's take like 2 more teeth. Kind of want to erase that back a little bit. Alright, so we'll do one more. Run that into the side gum there, like that. Okay, so I can clean up this side over here. Take this, kind of use this to help us build the inner part of our lip up. So we can connect that there like that. So let's do this. Let's give them an exaggerated kind of like lip overhang here. We can build around that. And we can take that back into his jawline. So let's do this. Let's bring his jaw out just a little bit more. Raise that piece back like that. Okay. So next thing I can do is I can start working on a little bit more line from the tongue here. I want it to kind of look like it's coming out from the mouth. I gotta add a few extra lines in there. So we can split that, have that go down. Let's add like this little inner gum arch here. Okay, so we can go ahead and refine that. Make those our solid lines. Okay. And this is like our gum, so we need like an inside lip. So let's do this shape like that. Kind of close off that lip. Alright. So let's fix the inside of this gum line to make it more interesting. Let's bring that down and just add in some line work to help with that. Okay, let's pull this back some, and then we can have our neck piece kind of come down the rest of the way here. Okay, now I want to bring this shoulder out. So I can clean up that sketchiness around that area. Okay, so I have that up in the shoulder. So I want to bring the shoulder and the neck together somewhat. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of build up this region here. Really like beef out an area that's, you know, it's not natural, but make it look cooler. So we'll extend that out. Bring that downward. And so it'll be like he's got really big, thick necklines. Okay. So kind of turn in his clavicle a little bit here. And we want that to kind of round out. Down that way. Then we can bring this. Let's go like this. Let's turn it inward. So I can thin that out, cleaning up some of the sketchiness there. Bring that way, just like that. Okay, so we can kind of add a little here just to give us some extra shape language. Let's turn that out that way, like that. Okay, so I want to come off the lip here. I want to kind of define that neck region, or where like the Adam's apple would be, or the larynx, whatever you want to call it. Your pick. Okay, so I'm going to bring that in, and then kind of curve up in front of that. Okay, so really like beefing him out. Alright, so I'm going to come out this way, come down. Okay, and then I can kind of curve into it that way. Let's run across because we want to get that other clavicle in there. So let's come over and make our shape. Okay, so we kind of have those two things close together now. Alright, so now we have that here. I want to kind of fake a line that way. And then I can come off the bottom of that and bring that back here. Okay, and then I can turn it that way. And then we can build up this other piece. We're going to bring that out bigger. Into the shoulder on that other side. Okay, just kind of round it there. We're just adding in some line details to help define the muscle groups that he's got, because he's a very big dude. So we're just trying to do what we can to help sell that a little bit. Okay. shoulder line up into the neck, and then just clean up your sketchies around the area. Okay. And then let's come back down into this area. We can build in, a little bit of his chest. So let's bring that this way. Yeah, let's do that. I'm gonna bring that this way. Curve it down. Okay, so that'll give us a little bit of a shape there. And we can kind of come off this side over here. Like that. And maybe have it come off his shoulder a little that way. And then come down. And we have another connection area. Okay, so we got this here. Let's turn this. Let's bring this in. We can make that actually more of like his shoulders turned inward. So we can bring his clavicle into play with that. So let's turn this down. Let's erase this line. We can use that. And then we can just get rid of the top area like that for now. And bring that up some more. Okay. So we can play that more like his shoulders just drastically turned inward. So if we came out from here, we'd actually have more of a shape like that. Okay. Now I can come in just below this area. Let's add a hint of that classic Venom symbol in here. So we're obviously not going to be able to fit the whole thing, but we can, give that illusion that it's there. I really want to keep those kind of muscle definitions in there too. Come down. Okay, so that would come back up here to this area. Alright, we curve that in. Bring that around. Add a few more muscle folds in there. And go across with it. Bring it up. And then I want it to kind of curve up towards this, so I'm going to go ahead and start here. And curve that down this way. And then we can meet it here. Like that. Okay, so I can come out and curve it that way. And that'll be that. So I want to kind of give a little bit of a chest illusion here because we got him turned sideways some. Put a line in there like that. Okay. So the next thing I want to do is get that kind of like spit or slime, saliva that comes out of his mouth. just going to add in a few extra things here. So I want that to be in front, so I'm going to erase that line out. Okay, and have that kind of curve out here in front of the teeth. So see how I'm just kind of drawing through right now? That's fine. Okay, so we have the other side. Come in and get thin. So again, I want to erase what's in the center out. Okay, so I'm bringing that in that way. And we're going to thin it out right there between that tooth. And come all the way into the mouth and spread it there. And then we can put a little curve right there. So I want to erase out just what's inside the slime. So we want to keep the point of this tooth, but everything inside of this region we want to clear out. Okay, so we kind of have that there. We could add some coming off this tooth. Okay, so I'm going to stretch that down. Have that curve behind this tooth here. So we kind of come down with it and go over. So again, I don't want anything inside the slime area, so I'm going to erase that a little bit. Okay, then maybe we can come off this tooth here. And bring that out. Let's come off this tooth here like this and curve down to that one, and then again I just get rid of the inside stuff on that slime. So I really want to refine that out. So let's do this. Let's come back and really arch that out. That center line, and then I can bring this tongue line back right there, so we can refine our saliva lines, make those stand out just a little bit. Okay, I mean, we could really go for gold here on the on the slime. We can add some more kind of coming out here. Okay, and curve it in and come back. And you want to kind of make it have like a fluid motion to it. So have this piece come out, have some right there, curve that around, keep it close, and I can stretch it out. So as I go along, so I don't forget to do it, I want to clean out the parts that are inside the saliva so we can see it. Okay, I'm going to come like out from this tooth here, so I'm going to start right there on it. I'm going to turn this way and come down, and then I'm going to stretch it across that way. I'm going to come right back to it immediately so I don't lose it, and I'm going to come out and come out this way. So let's go ahead and clean up inside So it should kind of look like that. Okay, we can put a little line in there just to show some separation. Okay, now when I come back in close, keep it together. Again, so I don't lose track of where it's supposed to be at, I'm going to clean up the inside. Okay, add some curve to it just to break up the shape a little, so I don't get too thin on everything. Okay, and we can add little like spittles from it that are coming out. Okay, good slime. Got slime there. I kind of got it coming out of the mouth a little. Add a spittle or two coming off of there. Okay, and then we get to the part where we thicken up our lines. So I'm going to go around my outside edge here, and just my outside edge. And I'm going to make it stand out. Okay, again, you don't have to do this part. But this was just a request that someone had made that I draw. You can also feel free to leave suggestions down in the comments for Fun Draw Friday, and I will definitely take them into consideration and probably do them. Just going to refine some of these lines that are still kind of sketchy, but I'm just going to go around that outside edge of this tongue here. Stand out. Okay, I also want to make sure I get this inside. So pretty much anywhere there's like open negative space, meaning there's nothing there, it's just the open area. Those are the areas that I go in and I darken those up. Continue back towards the top here, thicken that up, and once I get to things like the spit here, these little negative space areas on the inside, definitely make sure you hit those up, thicken up those outside edges, even on the little spittle pieces. Inside the mouth, go around my teeth. Again, we're just sticking to the outside. Now, for those of you that like to take these and then color them afterwards, I strongly suggest you use colored pencils. If you're not very skilled at using markers, and they are challenging, you can end up ruining all this hard work and detail and definition that you just put all this time and effort into. So if you do color, take your time with it and make it look nice, and don't let all this follow along be for nothing by just kind of scribbling it on there. Okay, so again, I'm just going to refine some things. kind of sketchy, which means I'm just going back over it, making it stand out. Okay. So we have our Venom picture. And that'll do it for Fun Draw Friday. I hope you had fun. Feel free to share your work with me. And until next time, remember to keep sketching. And I will see you in the next one, okay? Bye.